Hi everyone, this is Alyssia, Liz, and Ant, and we are Servant Decoded. Welcome to our next discussion, where we're diving deep into some of the theories that we and many other Servant fans have developed as we've been watching the first 2 seasons of Servant, the amazing thriller produced by M. Night Shyamalan. So, let's get right to it. We're excited to dive into our next theory. Put on your tinfoil hat and let's go.
Okay, I did a deep-ish dive on a pretty common theory that this is all happening in Dorothy's head. So I was trying to, look at it from different perspectives, trying to think of what would make the most sense. And I thought, what if Leanne is not, I know there's a theory out there that there's a dissociative identity disorder going on.
A little bit about that too, yeah.
Split personality. But what if it's more like Dorothy's in some sort of a fugue state, that the death of Jericho just kind of broke her. And she's either being kept at home in this, dissociative state, deep dissociative state, or she's in a hospital, psych ward. And so all of what we're seeing is going on in Dorothy's head, in her mind. And Leanne is like a representation of Dorothy. And, they say in dreams that you are every person in the dream.
Mm-hmm. I've heard that.
Some facet of your personality or wish fulfillment. Dorothy loses Jericho, due to her own actions or inactions. And in this dissociative / fugue state, she comes up with this story of, in season 1, Leanne comes and it's fulfilling Dorothy's idea that she's a good mother, able to balance everything, juggle work and family and newborn baby successfully and doing well.
A toast, then. Yes, a little drink to celebrate your arrival. Sean, we have some vintage champagne in the cooler.
MIT and Mrs. Turner.
Oh.
Well, a little drink won't hurt.
Oh, no. Of course. That was silly of us. I'm so sorry. I hope you don't think...
Because she's getting lots of positive reinforcement from Leanne, who looks up to her. Leanne is Dorothy's mind telling her that she's good. She's doing well. She did well.
I kept him up for you, Mrs. Turner.
Oh.
There he goes. Hey, there you go.
Oh.
And this kind of ties into the 5 stages of grief: denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and then acceptance.
Oh, yeah.
So season 1 being, there, and what if she's, denial would be the primary one that she's kind of stuck in. But as she kind of works through her grief and through this trauma in this dissociative state, she's kind of cycling through the stages and maybe coming back to one and then moving to the other and then going backwards again.
Yeah, wow.
That's a great, anger. I love that, yeah.
That actually also plays into needing Leanne to come and give her the permission to have the baby back. Like she needed to I don't know, allow herself to try to care for this girl in some way.
Yeah.
In order for her reality to oh wow, okay, I am sitting down.
Yeah. Well, and so then anger is those 2 a.m., when she would wake up at 2 a.m. and go attack Leanne, and I, bargaining in this season, constantly trying to bargain with the cult.
Right.
What do we have to do to get Jericho
I
back?
repeatedly told her they don't want money, and then most of that was vented anyway.
And so in her subconscious, she knows all of this. I can't get my baby back, but she's working through her grief in this way.
Right.
The depression, she's lying on the couch watching old videos of Jericho, and when he would cry, my stomach hurts, and Oh, I miss my baby so much. And she's, you know, barely dressing and the house is a mess. And then acceptance at the end of this season in Aunt Josephine, when they thwart Aunt Josephine and then Leanne goes missing along with Aunt Josephine's body. And it's her and Sean up in the bedroom, and Sean sits down. Again, think of this as another part of Dorothy. You know, Dorothy is everyone.
When you were in the nursery and you said you had a bad feeling, like maybe you knew something.
I was wrong.
Remember last August when I went to California and you were here alone for a week?
Sean, why are you telling me about a trip to California right now?
Because something happened. But before I tell you that, I want you to know that this is real. And I'm here.
Sean, shut up.
No, I have to tell you this.
No, Sean, shut up.
It's got to be someone else's signal.
I thought was, you know, she's kind of cycling through the stages and she finally gets to acceptance, but she's not ready yet because Leanne has come back around to, you're a good mother. I want to be part of this family. I want to be your daughter. You're a good mother.
You're allowed to have your baby again.
And I'm going to give you your baby back.
Right.
So she almost gets there and then
back to start in a way.
It's her world. And she's almost ready to get there. And then she says, shut up, Sean, baby's back. Like she's snapping her fingers and going back to that world. Because Leanne is reinforcing or reaffirming, you're a good mother. She's able to re-rationalize. I can stay in this world a little bit longer. I'm a good mother again. I don't know. It's
valid.
There are a million holes, but but it makes a lot of the phrasing make sense because, you know, when we remember things, we don't remember them accurately.
Right. No, a lot of it's made up after a while.
And that would also make sense of the house kind of switching and the layout being different every time. You know, one episode, the bathroom's on the left, the other episode, the bathroom's on the right. Yes. You could look at it as the many levels of the house or the levels of her subconscious or of her consciousness, you know, from the basement where it's, you know, way down where she tries to bury Leanne, you know, like literally buried as part of herself to the attic where she's holding Leanne hostage and able to kind of interact with her on her own terms.
Yeah.
Because
the layers of the house are the layers of her subconscious. Yeah. I don't know if you said that right. Yeah. I mean, that's just
so
wow. And like you said, it helps a lot of weird things.
It counts for a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's a moment, and this is the last point I'm going to make on this theory, but there's a moment when during the season 1 finale where they're in the midst of the reception, the baptism reception at the house. And Natalie comes in with Julian and she says something.
So they told you what she did. Dorothy will wake up one day and she will blame us all for what we did to her. You included. Now where is he? Jericho. I mean, I might as well play along and hold him once in a while.
I'll find him for you, Natalie.
You do that.
Yeah, I was trying to break down the characters in what they might represent to Dorothy.
That was what I was gonna ask you is like, what do you so if they're all parts of her, then what are your thoughts on like what part they are? And
Natalie is the one that's trying to wake her up. You know, she's the one that's always advocating, we've got to get her to wake up, we've got to wake her up. And she's also her healer. You know, she's the kinesiologist low budget therapist.
Dorothy. Look. He's okay. See? Jericho's okay. Making sure our physical self and our mental self are in step, making sure they're in sync. Because as we go through the world, there's so many things that pull at us and want to knock us off of our tracks.
So that's the part of her that's saying, you need to come to terms with what happened and get out of this, wake up.
And the most frequent.
Right. And she's always disappearing and then coming back and then disappearing and coming back. She's an what's the word? Inconsistent character, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's not a lot of rhyme or reason to when she comes and goes.
She also tried to come back to help Julian with whatever happened.
Right.
And
right. She's an employee, a paid employee, but she's also a dear friend. Odd boundaries that you wouldn't really see in real life. Sean and Julian are the protectors. They're the ones that are trying to keep her asleep or in the dark. Always running around protecting her, and they're the ones that she keeps closest. They're the ones that are always around. Kind of her indulging in this delusional state.
This fascination she has with this Leanne girl, I feel like I'm still not getting the full picture.
Well, after we got the doll, Dorothy put the call out for a nanny, and we got a lot of resumes, a ton. And Leanne was one of them, and that was Dorothy's favorite, But when she saw the reality, when she saw what Jericho really was, she freaked out. I mean, she didn't take the job, so we parted ways. Then Dorothy saw her on the street and realized she must be working for another family, and she became obsessed with her. She just, thought, Leanne was still our nanny. So.
And then Leanne is like an avatar / alter ego, kind of the judge, jury, and executioner. Leanne is either all good or all bad.
Why haven't you told her what she did?
Because I want to see her get what she deserves.
She needs to be punished for what she's done.
And she's also struggling with similar issues of motherhood and being a daughter and it's interesting.
Right. So I noted that too, that there's a lot of issues about motherhood around Leanne. And that, that could be Dorothy struggling with motherhood. Am I a good mother? Am I a bad mother? Did I do right by my child? Do I even want a child? There are people who have speculated that maybe Dorothy didn't really want a baby. We even talked about it, baby as accessory. Leanne is always wondering if she was wanted, always wants to be part of a family, longing to belong. Who am I? So, yeah, I mean, that's the gist of the theory. It all makes sense. This is what's happening. But, I'm going to listen back to this and think, what were you thinking, Liz?
Well, I do think that there's maybe room for multiple theories to kind of have space. I think there has to be with the amount of, look at all the things that just we've identified. And I've read so many more completely valid and awesome theories on Reddit, and we're not even touching on a lot of the biblical stuff, which is going to be a whole other thing. Yeah. Well, everyone, that's it for this one. Thank you so much for watching and listening. If you liked it, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell if you want to be notified as we drop new videos and podcasts. We just want to thank you again. We hope you're enjoying the ongoing discussion for Alyssia, Liz, and Ant. This is Servant Decoded, and we'll see you next time.